check.
There we go. Here they come. Hi, everybody.
Okay, so this is it's an adventure we're taking on today. It's going to be a short and concise spiritual slap to us and everyone. If we accept to take that spiritual slap. It came in an idea of in a ceremony that there's so much to share, and it seems like when we do this together with Tashi, it has like a triple impact as far as physical, mental, and spiritual effect on most of the people that I have talked to. It's been really wild. So I invited Tashi Powers to be here. She's also known as Astrodakini on Facebook. Please join her when she's on. She's, to me, to my perspective, in 41 years of doing this, she's the most epic astrologer out there in the world. And I know a lot of astrologers that are very exquisite and awesome in what they do, but Tashi brings it at a different level with evolutionary astrology. So with that said, we're both going to bounce back with each other's feet as we usually do in ceremonies, and as we did in the recent dream catchers that we built in Eagle Rock nearby Los Angeles, and also at Agua Oasia in downtown Los Angeles, at the heart of downtown Los Angeles, which is very significant in everything that we are going to talk about today. So we welcome all the ancestors from the past, the present, and the future, from all directions, from the east, the west, the north, the south, from Mother Earth, and from the sky, and also from our hearts. Those are the 7 directions that we honor in all ceremonies. So we also want to honor that in the virtual ceremonies that we perform, including this one. And we're going to talk about mostly the future, specific dates, more than anything, the immediate future that we can foresee as far as mathematics and astronomy and astrology, combining the evolutionary astrology and also the Mayan astrology. So January 6th to start, and then February 5th of 2019, then March 17th of 2019, and then we're going to throw a few other dates, hopefully, to see what all of you out there can gather from these dates, because everyone who is here in this room right now must have been there in the past or in the future. So we highly encourage you to not just make a comment and the cool emojis that we all do, but also think about these dates and see the future, and then get back at us to see what we can come up with that giant puzzle together for the highest good for humanity. And with that, I just want to say, Tashi, to introduce yourself, and then we can go on with what we're going to talk about.
Well, thank you for your lovely introduction, and I'm very honored to be able to assist someone like Jose. Evolutionary astrology was channeled by Paramahansa Yogananda's teacher, Sri Yupaswar, by my teacher, who is the best astrologer living at the moment, Jeffrey Wolf Green, but I've had the honor to study with him. And evolutionary astrology is a very high level of understanding what humanity, the game, the lessons, the life game that we're playing, how we are evolving. There's a profound, deep understanding, as you can imagine, coming from Paramahansa Yogananda's teacher, and the very profound understanding that he may have is sharing with us. And there's about maybe 100 evolutionary astrologers at the most in the world, and many are young, new ones. And so I'm an older one, and lucky to have really been able to study it. So I'm happy to share some dates with you in evolutionary astrology, we mostly don't worry about exact dates, but we know about exact dates. The one that evolutionary astrologers are looking at is February 18th of 2020, when there is a major pileup and a new moon in Capricorn. Well, not a new moon. The moon goes into Capricorn, where Mars, the South Node, Pallas Athena, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn are all in that part of the sky in Capricorn. So Mars, of course, is the god of war, also pioneering energy. The moon is our ability to mature emotionally. It's also the public. The South Node is our past karma. And in Capricorn, we are contending with taking down domination, submission paradigms and learning to nurture ourselves and each other, with the North Node being in Cancer. Pallas Athena is a very high feminine wisdom goddess who sees the puzzles and keeps track of everything and is teaching us how to see the puzzles of what's going on. Jupiter is a protector and an expander. Pluto is the soul's path. In America, for example, is getting ready to have its Pluto return. Now, these only happen every couple hundred years, so we haven't had one. We're a young country, and Saturn is there. And Saturn and Pluto is an aspect often of war. Certainly it was of World War II. And it's Saturn can be obstacles or it can be truth and beauty. So we have an opportunity to work on ourselves with all of these qualities, become emotionally more mature, use our own pioneering energy with right action, resolve our past karma, see the puzzle of how everything is working, expand ourselves and learn natural law, that's Jupiter. Pluto, get on our soul path and don't deviate from it. Doesn't feel right, follow your bliss. If it doesn't feel like your soul, the gravity of your soul is guiding you, go the right way. Find the forks in the road and take the one back to the soul path. And Saturn, always tell the truth and be beautiful. So this first date of 18th of February 2020 is the one that we're the most concerned about in terms of a big, huge change for humanity. Now, there are many dates leading up to that. The first one is January 1st, what's coming up, and that's the Moon-Venus conjunction. So that's a very important day. We will all be celebrating it anyway to pray to the feminine goddess energy. And then right after that, on Saturday following it, on the 5th of January, is a solar partial eclipse, a new moon. Solar eclipses are new moons, and they create new energies and new opportunities. Do you want to speak about that?
Yeah, that's the one that I want to ask my partners in the Dream Spell out there calendar. Our sister Jessica Marie in the Chicago area, Detroit area. My sister Eden Sky in Oregon area. And also my sister Harding. My sister Harding in Sedona area. And also, of course, Nalini Blossom in London. I would highly appreciate you guys, your coming on board with these dates that we're going to disclose today. So January 6th, 5th to the 6th, we're going to end this 15-year period that we've been working on. All of us have been working on this 12 to 15-year period of what I call chaos or chaotic beauty. We're coming out of it. And not only we're coming out of it, we actually get a window of time between January 6th and May 5th of 2019 where we can not just come out of this chaotic beauty, this divorces you've been going through, this significant others you've been leaving behind, this family that you have been leaving behind for your mission and your path. All of this had to do with this chaos that we were trying to absorb and live through. All of that crap, I don't have any other name for it in the English language, it's very limited. All this shit that we've been through the last 12 years, we're coming out of it, and now we have this window of opportunity to make it all right, make it all beautiful, to plant the seeds, not just for the next 20 years, but for the next 100 years. And if you have this vision like we do for the next 26,000 years, we have this few months of just green pastures that we can just plant and plant and plant all these seeds. Everything that has to do with mental, physical, and spiritual seeds that we want to plant for our future, for our community's future, for our countries, for our universe. This is the one opportunity, and I thought that that was the utmost important piece of information that I, as a Mayan timekeeper from the Cholti tribes, can bring to the awareness of all of us who are here and all of us who will, later will have the opportunity to watch this video through the networks and through the ethers. January 6th of 2019 is going to be an amazing opportunity for us who are aware and awakened, and even for those who are not. Still, it's an opportunity for evolution. Before that, though, we have to make it there. And this is where it becomes interesting as far as the Mayan tradition it is, because everything is in absolute harmony and in absolute perfect conditions for everything to happen at the right space and the right time. So even when things are going to go wrong, maybe or maybe not, it's always a 50-50 chance when you see the mathematics, the probabilities. Before we get to January 6th, we got to go through tonight, tomorrow, January 1st, and then, of course, all those days through the 6th. So you're going to hear in the networks some of those who are Doomsday predictions of many disciplines in astrology. You're going to be hearing about what is the U.S. government going to do on January 1st. You may even hear of martial law being put on in the U.S. to reestablish what we do, the reset of the global economy. This may or may not be true. The astrological signs are there to happen. Again, this is all information. So if some of you who have followed these patterns of behaviors in the governments from the past, they might see it very clear in black and white. As a timekeeper, I just see energies coming through the planet, and they might come in many, many forms. Some of them might actually be the reset of the economic world through the Trump administration and through the royal administrations from other parts of the world. And again, this might be rumors. This is why we're here. This is why we give the information. Always be ready, not afraid. This is in no ways or manners to instill any fear. It's actually the complete opposite. We want us to be in balance, in unity, enjoying peace and harmony, and bringing this new cycle through not just the Gregorian calendar, but through the solar calendars from around the world. We just started a new cycle in the solstice. All of you who celebrate solstice know that this is the fact. We are in the period of illumination. We're going through many, many birthdays of birth through canals. And like some of my sisters said, no matter what it looks like, we cannot be overly enthusiastic or positive about it. We always have to be in a place where we are our acceptance of what's to come. So January 6th is a big day to plant the seeds. Before that, January 1st is a big day, because in the Gregorian calendar it's the beginning of a new fiscal year, and it makes sense for the new global economic reset or put more pressure around the world with that. After that date, I'm very interested in February 5th, which
I've looked at.
I remember this is the time for all of you, all of us who are teeter-tottering between delivering yourself to service. You either do it or you don't. If you don't, you're going to suffer. So suffer or service. To us, it's an easy choice. To all of you, it's just information. Don't take it as face value. Consider it. What have you done the last 20 to 30 years where you should have been of service? What has happened when you have been of service? And what has happened when you haven't been of service? Just consider there are different possibilities. But now, this is the time to make a choice. There is no more time for you to be teeter-tottering. There will not be any more teeter-tottering tolerated in the spiritual world. So it's just a friendly reminder. What's your choice going to be? Service or suffer? Very black and white and simple as we see things. And this is again just a perception of myself as a timekeeper through the mathematics that you see behind us. That what you see behind us is the mathematics of the 6-sun calendar, which encompasses all forms of astrologers, past, present, and future astrology and astronomy, where we can find a way to be a service. We can find a way to tap into which service are you going to be the best suited for. So mathematics is what I do. Mathematics is what I talk and do my best to walk. So February 5th,
So
2019.
on February 5th, I looked at this carefully when Jose asked me to look at it. There is a new moon in Aquarius, and the chaotic beauty that Jose was talking about is that the planet Uranus, which we call trauma or drama, or awakening, is presently square the nodal axis, all right? It's at 28 Aries, and it's squaring the nodes that have just gone into Cancer and Capricorn. So we're getting rid of domination, submission as an outside force, and we're pioneering and waking up as individuals, and we're individuating and learning to be authentic in our own lives, and choosing only to be authentic, and not to be involved in dominating others or being submissive to others. Being friends, helping each other, sharing, caring, including. This is the way forward to the Aquarian age. On the 5th of February, that planet Uranus is joined by Mars and the moon as they square the nodes, right? And that causes a breakthrough of some sort. So whether or not those of us who are waking up can wake up enough and help others wake up and can just ease the lives of others, the homeless, whatever, whoever it is that needs help in your world, feeding them, helping people, or suffering by not serving others. And that's only one example. Each of you will be presented quite likely with tests from your own guides and your own higher realms of what you're supposed to do, each of you. And that's a day where if we haven't been working on it and we haven't made it, then somewhere around the globe, something will happen in humanity that will be a big, big wake-up call, for sure. So you can count on it. You know, these things are not that hard to see coming. This is a hard day, just like Jose sees it. If it's real, it's in all these systems. The only inability is our inability to read the system. The system is a system. The clocks of the universe are the clocks of the universe, and you can either read them or you can't, you know, and I can and Jose can. So that's a very profound day, very profound.
So February 5th will actually be also an anniversary of an earthquake that happened in 1976 in Guatemala. It's an 8.0 earthquake that destroyed pretty much all of the Mayan lands, and even though some of the accounts, official accounts, they only put the death toll at maybe 100,000. The actual death toll was over 500,000 people. And, you know, it comes in waves after the destruction. Nobody can be prepared for the destruction, but you can try to. And then after the destruction, that's what really comes hard. The waves of death after there's no electricity, no water, and no food. These are facts from 1976. Now we bring it to the present time. We have more recent examples in 1999 with the tsunamis in Indonesia. And from there we can take another jump to Japan when the tsunami hit, and the waves of destruction after the fact. There is radiation in milk here in the West Coast because of the cows who eat the radiation infested all across the West Coast. All the fish are infected, so the death wave has not stopped there because there's brothers and sisters in this country and all the way down to Chile dying of cancer due to radiation from the food they eat and the water they drink. So again, February 5th, there might be one of those days. It might not be, but still is a wake up, an invitation to be ready for anything. And as usual, the prophecies from the ancient world and the current prophecies, there's so many prophets walking among us right now. It's so ridiculous to see how many interplanetary time travelers have come back to help humanity to wake up. So we don't have to be the ones that you actually listen to, because you might be my friend and then you don't really listen to friends and family. So that's all good. See the other people who are talking about this and take it by just absorbing the information and then deciding what you think of it. And so February 5th is going to be a big day for humanity in many ways. And again, just like December 22nd of 2012, when people thought the world was going to end, it actually did, because the world as we knew it at that time is not at all what we have now. So those are the kind of predictions. It may be subtle, it may take a few days, a few months, or even a few years to feel the actual changes. But February 5th of 2010 is definitely a day to think about and maybe even remember in the future in a good way. So ceremonial people, please join us during all these days of ceremonies, which brings me to an invitation to all of you who are in the Los Angeles area. We're going to have the next few days of disclosure and information through our cacao ceremonies in downtown LA and Orange County, and also all the way to the Star Knowledge Conference with Chief Golden Light Eagle and Blight. We have so much information to share that we want to not just share freely, but also take on others who want to come on board with us. Chief Golden Light Eagle, Brother Matsatsi, Gentle Thunder, many other brothers and sisters who are coming to Blight. We all have information to be disclosed, and some of this stuff we cannot do it online or on the phone. So I invite you, if you're nearby Los Angeles the next few days, we have a few ceremonies that there can be one-on-one tapped-in information gifted to you if you decide to do that. So it brings it back to the next few days. March 17th of 2019 is going to be a very important day for us in the home team community. The home team is a team of people from across the world now who are here to honor our Mother Earth, and that's the name, that's what it stands for, home team. And what we do is we're building all these exclusive mysteries for all these teachings to be shared from mouth to ear, just like the ancient ways. And so I want to bring that into the table as information for the future that's going to happen in March 17th in Mesa, Arizona, at this place called the Soul Center. We're going to build Dreamcatcher number 6 in the form of infinity. So those of you who are familiar with infinity, what it means to you, please come on board starting now. Join us in this team of evolutionary astrologers, this team of just a bandwagon of us who see the future for our children, and it's an invitation for you to come and join us in many different levels. Started in ceremony here January 1st in Los Angeles, actually tomorrow, the 31st. If you're downtown, nearby downtown LA, we're going to have, ring in the new year, the cacao ceremony and a visionary talk with the people at our oasis. So many things that we see in the future are here to be shared with you. If you feel compelled, you want to join us and see what it's all about. The mission statement is truly just for the highest of good for all humanity. There's a few of us with visions and dreams who have come true in 3D world, and we just want to share the technologies and the systems for all of you to come and join us and help us reestablish the balance, the unity, the joy, the peace, and the harmony that we all are here in this planet to come back and reestablish.
And also, January 21st is a total lunar eclipse, a full moon, and it's the 20th of January in some places and the 21st. So those 2 days are also building of awareness, right? So the full moons for us are times where we leave our subjective point of view and we enter a more objective point of view. We leave our personal concerns behind and we now deal with the social order. And these are transitional days, always. They're difficult for us. If you have trouble at the full moon, it's because you're too attached to yourself and you're not giving enough to the world. Because at the full moon phase, we begin to give to the world. So if you can be prepared by the 20th, 21st of January to know how you're giving back, that will help you. And to know that the full moon cycle, 2 weeks of the month, is when you're giving back, all right? So the waxing is the building and the waning is the giving back. The waxing, you're building yourself, the waning, you're giving back. So be prepared on the 20th and the 21st of January also for this radical breakthrough, these radical changes, and radical beauty. You know, there's a silver lining on that day. There's a Venus-Jupiter conjunction. So you can really take advantage of it. And I just want to say one more thing. On March 6th of this early spring period, Uranus will go into Taurus. And what I see coming is the great change for humanity is that we are going to learn how to trade cryptocurrency and get out of the domination submission of the banks. This is the greatest possibility for us. And I'm working with clients who are working on it. It's going to happen, okay?
So, lots of good things happening to humanity, and this is a choice that we can all make. There's lots of chaotic beauty coming also. If you think it's bad right now, please think again. This is nothing compared to what's coming. The period of instability started in 2012 and it ends in 2032. Now, the period of instability is what prepares us to what's coming, and after 2032 is when the storms, the actual storms, what we call storms in the Mayan world, are coming to humanity. So it is extremely important that we go back to our roots and go back to community. Find your circle, find your community. Let's find each other and remember that we're here to assist each other and respect each other, not just like in the good times, but also in the chaotic beauty times. So that's really what this is about. It's a call to action to every one of us to come together and be in a space of unity for the rest of humanity, the rest of our existence. This is a call to action for all of us to come together in balance, in unity, in joy, in peace, and harmony. And if you feel that's something you would like to do, please tell your friends. We're here to be of service in many different ways throughout the astronomical world, and also ceremonial medicinal world for the masses. So there's all these spaces that we are creating for all of you to come and enjoy. There's if you're here again tomorrow in the LA area, please come and join us in downtown LA.
What time was it?
It's starts at 9:30 p.m. At Agua Oasia in downtown Los Angeles. But it's also, I'm really looking forward to share this information and more space and bring it all to you through these ways with such visionaries of Chief Golden Light Eagle through the Star Knowledge Conference in Blythe in California, highlighting the Nazca lines in the north, the ancient ship heliports, and also with elders as Clifford Mahoney from the tribes in Arizona. And also there's so many others that through them, we share each other's information, very, very key information for all of us, but really to preserve the teachings and the knowledge for the future generations of the children. That's who we're here for. And so all of my love to everyone who watches this video, and we are going to do it again soon. Tell your friends, come and join us in ceremony, and as always, we highly appreciate aided contributions through our emails. So thank you very much. If you need to contact us, you can contact us directly through this video, send us a message, and then we'll get back to you. But Josh, thank you very much. Take me to your leader.
Beam me up, Scotty.